Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to Fix This Build That Sunday Night Live show. I'm Brad, and Susan will be joining us shortly. This week we have some news. We definitely have some news to share. So if you're watching on replay, then probably check the title and then keep watching if you want to hear what's going on. But some big news for the live channel at least. This week I have been diligently working on a party table, and it has been crazy. Things have not gone well, so mistakes were made. All kinds of stuff is going on, and we can get into more of that later. But it's over here. It's all kind of in pieces. I've been doing a lot of CNC work, and life is a little crazy right now in the shop, and so I've got a big pile of scraps over here, and hopefully the table doesn't turn into scraps, but that's a very distinct possibility. But before we get started, I do want to thank some new members of the Builders Club. We had Vickie Dykes and Edward Thornton. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome to the Builders Club. If you want more information, you can check it out over there. And a big thank you to those folks who are here from the Builders Club tonight. All right, let's see who we have in the house. All right, what's up? We got Tyrone. We've got Scott and Alan and Travis and Will and Daniel Pikes. What is up, guys? What is up? All right, but you know what? I mean, I feel like I've still got the thing. Katie's not here yet. That's okay. That's okay. Hey, Caleb from Columbia. What is up, buddy? Buddy? I don't know what that was. All right, our beer of the week is another Sam Adams. Sam Adams, this is the original Boston Lager. So we're going to enjoy, when I say we, I mean me, a Sam Adams today. Thank you, courtesy of Katie Lockridge. Oh, thank you so much, Katie. That is delicious. All right, Sam Adams. That's the project I'm working on is Sam Adams. So we've been on the Sam Adams kick. Sam Adams and Timberland Pro. All right, cool. So, lumber pricing. I did want to jump into the lumber pricing. Brian Farnth, what's up, my man? Let's see here. Where's my little sheet from last week? Okay, here we go. So, lumber pricing. Let's see here. Last week we were at $6.98 for 2x4, for an 8-foot 2x4 here in Nashville. And let's see what we are this week. Where'd my little pen go? Well, I have to use this little pencil instead. All right, let's see where we're at right now. We are at 2x4 pricing. Ooh, it's coming down. Oh, wow. It's come down a lot. All right. So it was $6.98 last week, and it was just over $7 the week prior. We are now down to $6.25. That's fantastic. Down 75, down 10%. That's great. All right. Let's see if we've made any movement on the plywood pricing. Last week we were at $83.78 for birch plywood. Let's see here. There's the sand ply. We are still at 83. Okay, so all the prices for plywood still the same, and that's fairly typical. That the plywood prices don't change as much, but that is great to see from $6.98 to $6.25. So if you're doing anything for dimensional lumber, there may be some price reductions in your area, so you can go check it out. But yeah, that's great. All right, let's hear. So the 3/4, that's still the same thing. $83.78 on birch, $87.98 on maple, and $75.65 on sand apply. I really hope those will come down, but maybe they won't. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. $6.75 in Washington. Not too bad. I would expect it actually to be less in Washington, Scott, because you guys are so close to the source up there. But, it's also a higher cost of living, so I guess it cuts both ways. By the way, I bought some stuff off Amazon. I mean, I've been buying just all kinds of things, but I found when I bought them, I didn't realize that they were like this. But I used mechanical pencils in the shop, and I typically have had these blue ones, and I saw this pack that was like a multicolor pack, and I was like, oh, multicolor's cool. And this is 4 of the colors. I think there's actually a 5th color, but they came in like this. I was like, I could get down with that. I bought a pack of like 60 or something. And I thought it was just gonna be like red, yellow, you know, but they have like the alternating colors on the little pocket clip or whatever. I thought that was kind of fun. So you'll be seeing these around in the shop here. Yeah, so there must be a blue because that's the other color. So it's probably a blue with a red because all these others kind of transfer. Well, no, these both have blue. So if you're looking for mechanical pencils, I love these. These are just the Bic 0.7 millimeter number 2. And these are great, man. Pretty cheap to get like 40 of them. And just like, I just get the pack and just throw them around the shop. And then that way, you know, if I'm ever anywhere in the shop, then I can probably find a pencil at that place. They'll probably be more effective than what I do. So just close your eyes and just sling them everywhere. And you're bound to be able to find a pencil when you need one. All right, let's see what we have here. Birch ply was 85.18 in Washington. That's pretty close to us. Brian just applied 2 coats of Benjamin Moore Advance on TV stand. First time using it, and it seems pretty nice. Anyone have experience? I could slightly see wood grain through the first coat. Yes, I've used the Benjamin Moore Advance, Brian, and it goes on, from what I can recall, I think I still have it. I think I did use that on the vanity in the bathroom, and what did I do? I foam rolled it, and it's very thin because it is a what do you call it? It's an acrylic. It's actually an acrylic paint, so it's like it dries a lot harder than a latex, and so it tends to be a lot thinner, and so you know it rolls on a lot thinner and it flows out a bit better. But yes, you do need extra coats. So I can't remember if I did 3. I absolutely did 2, plus the primer, plus like whatever primer they have that goes with it. And I think we actually used there's one called Stix, S-T-I-X. I think we used that one. It's also a Benjamin Moore, and it goes on really nicely, but it is a little bit thin. So you may have to go 3 coats on that, but it's a very nice protective finish. We haven't had any chips or bangs. I mean, like the vanity doesn't get, it's in our downstairs bathroom, which gets a lot of use, but not the vanity doesn't get, it's not a lot of drawer opening and closing. Not a lot of banging around in there necessarily. A lot of hand washing. So people are bumping into it and stuff, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's like a heavy use. It's not like a kitchen cabinet. You know, we're not like taking things in and out and opening the drawers all the time. But I've had good luck with it so far. Hey, Teresa. Welcome, welcome. Yellowhammer Woodcrafts. Sand Apply and Bama's 59. Dadgum. That's a good price down there, man. That's what it used to be before all the craziness up here. Or at least, you know, we're camped out for a while. Let's see here, $5.25 for a 2x4. Will, that's fantastic. That is a lot cheaper. Beaglewood, what is up, man? 2 coats of primer too. Awesome. And a microfiber roller. Yeah, Brian. Then 2 coat. You might be okay with 2 coats if you did the 2 coats of primer, because that primer really does help, you know, get further on the regular coats because it's not soaking into the wood, and then it just sits on top and it makes a nice base. So, you know, I wouldn't feel like you need to do more as long as you're covering all the primer. I mean, you can, but it's, like I said, that acrylic is really a tough surface. It's a tough coat, tough finish, and it's worked well for us. So I'd be interested to hear how that works out for you, man. $6.24 US. Oh, you're writing the same thing, James. What's up? Welcome. Yeah, $6.25 for us. So $6.24. I love it when the lumber prices come down. Having the lumber prices come down, it just feels so much better. I need to remember what was a 2x4 like in 2019? Was it $2.98 or was it $3.98? I can't remember. I remember like $3, but I can't remember if it was like, you know, rounded up $3 or if it was like $3 and then, you know, the fake marketing $3, like the $3.98. Like, well, that's just $4. It's been so long, I don't even remember. You know, it's been like 3 years, so I have no idea. But what was it in y'all's area before it went up? Does anybody remember? Because I don't. I could probably go check some receipts, but who wants to do that? I wonder if they actually. I'm going to go into the Home Depot app, and this is not a shill for Home Depot or anything. It's just they're Their app is awesome. I got my purchase history. I wonder how far it goes back. All accounts. Okay. It's filtered on the last 6 months. Let's go. All available orders. I wonder if we could. I wonder if we can search by. If I could sort it by like. Let's see here. Search. Ooh. Sort. Old to new. Here we go. All right. I'm in the Home Depot app. We're searching old to new. We're gonna see. This only goes back to 2021. But I bought some 2x4s back then. So let's see how much they were in 2021. What was I buying pressure treated for? That was for the outdoor. That was for the back deck. So 2x4 pressure treated was $817. I think that was already. I think we were already in the bad stuff. Blah blah blah. Unbranded pressure treated. This is all pressure treated. Why is it like ones? Let me see if I have any other ones. Wouldn't have had it there. Wouldn't have had it there. This is hilarious. I'm like going back and like I can see all my like old projects. It's like, okay, here we go. So this was from August. This is probably like in that like the worst of it. August 2021. The sand apply was $59 back then. So even in August of 2021, it was $59, and it's gone up. I don't have any 2x4s. I've got the 1x4 Select, but I don't know how much that is. Underlayment. Oh, here we go. No, never mind. That was a shim. The thumbnail of the shim looked like a 2x4. But yeah, I can't even recall. I can't even recall at all. Have I heard of Rough Cut Woodworking with Tommy Mack? Caleb, absolutely. That was an old school, that was back before, I don't know when that started. I don't know if Rough Cut was the first one, but that was on like PBS or one of those public broadcasts, I think. Or it could have been on like one of the cable channels, but it was awesome. Yeah, it was fantastic. It was like one of the few like woodworking shows that was actually a TV show. And so that's been around for a long, long time. So anything you're seeing now would probably be in syndication, because I think he stopped. He had some weird thing with it, because he's like this Boston guy. It was hilarious to watch work. A wood screen door that's raw pine. Installing it this week, and is going to put up a water-based spar urethane, ocean facing at the beach. Ooh, yeah. You want to get something tough there. $398. The Yellow Hammer says $290. Travis says it was $298. A little fine here. I remember it being right at $3 before the video, or before the vid, not the video. Yes, before the COVID. French cleat video from 2019 and OSB was $859 a sheet. Yeah, same thing, Scott. I remember that when I did the storage shelves over here, that was out of 2x4s. I was like, $50 thing, and it was like 8 2x4s and a sheet of OSB, and that all together was $50. And now that's 150, probably at least. Those were the good old days. I think it was seven. It was 7 something for the OSB. I think it was like $769 for what would that be? 7/16 OSB, I think. Yikes! It's just a part of life, I guess. We got inflation going on and everything else. What's kind of scary though is I've seen a lot of people, like, it's not scary, but a lot of people I know or see on the internets, on the interwebs, are getting COVID again. Spagnolo just had it. Who's that? Somebody else had it. One of our, 2 of our neighbors had it, and one of our neighbors had it like really bad. She had like, she was sick for like 4 or 5 days, like old school COVID, like original strain, COVID original. She was like getting sick and had a fever for like 5 days. I was like, man, I thought all this stuff was supposed to be getting like just going out. So I hope that's not like, good golly, I hope that's not something, something that's going to rear up again. But, we just got to keep living. So we're actually, speaking of living, we're going to be going on vacation in a couple weeks, I think. We do an annual trip down to Florida for the summer, and we used to go in the fall, and now we've switched it to like right after the kids get out of school. So our kids, how many people have kids getting out of school? I don't know about, I think we get out a little bit earlier. I know we get out earlier than Ohio because I've got nieces and nephews up there. But yeah, our kids' last days of school is this week, whatever. My boys is midweek, and then my daughter is at the end of the week. So they're in different schools. But yeah, kids are gonna be coming home. Life's gonna change up a bit. You know, you start having kids around all summer long, and when you work from home, sometimes that's not the best situation. The hand planer blades come uneven and not sharp. Caleb, I guess it depends upon what you're buying. You know, I mean, like a good quality hand plane blade should be even and sharp coming out of the box or case or whatever. I bought some, what were they? It was Veritas. I don't know if I have the blade package up here anymore, but it was, you know, it came, so like the hand planes I've bought, and I have, came with sharp blades. I may have gotten rid of that. But like this guy right here, this is a Veritas low angle block plane. Excuse me. And yeah, the blade came in at, I mean, like you still want to hone it up, but it came pretty sharp. And definitely it was not uneven. So I guess it depends upon what kind of blade, you know, plane also, because it might, you know, have an uneven, like some of those that have the taper on them. And here we go. Miss Susan is here.
I made it.
Howdy.
Hi. Oh gosh.
Come on in. Beat up the cabinets. You know. We can make more. Don't worry about it. Your microphone, madam.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Hello.
Susan is here. Let the party begin.
Gonna calm down the people.
Yep.
Oh gosh.
Oh, pull off the Sam Adams.
Sorry, like
tasty.
I'm gonna fall over. It's like
It's quite tasty tonight.
classic.
It is. That's what I said. Crafts by Cunningham, son's 16th birthday. Oh, he got COVID on Friday, and wife is positive today.
Oh, no.
Just hiding in the garage.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Have you guys been talking about COVID?
I was just mentioning that we've had a lot of acquaintances and neighbors and people online, like Spagnolo had it.
Oh.
So we're seeing a big uptick, and we were kind of like just talking about like, hope this doesn't come back in season.
Yeah, we've got a vacation.
Just in time for that's
I
exactly
know.
what I was just saying.
So
I was
we're
saying
like,
we're going down to Florida, and so we're trying to.
Right.
And we got like graduations and stuff. My nephew's graduating high school.
Sure. I think that's outdoors though, so that makes me feel much better.
Yeah.
His graduation is like outside,
we'll be
that's
okay.
good. Yeah, we know a person who's been sick with it for like a week, and it's been. Yeah. She's fine, but like it's not fun. So that doesn't sound like a good time at the beach.
No, it doesn't.
That's not what we're signed up for.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know.
It's our number 33 bench plane from Harbor Freight. I don't think that is a good place to get one. Caleb, you are correct. That is not a good place to get much.
Your assessment was right.
Yeah. The only things that I buy from Harbor Freight does have some good stuff. But by and large, there's a reason why it's like super, super cheap. I think the things they do best are things without moving parts. I wouldn't ever buy anything electrical. I'll take that back. Their pneumatic stuff does pretty well. I've always had good luck with their pneumatic stuff. But so their air nailers and sprayers specifically. But the other thing, like wrenches, you know, hex keys, like stuff like that. That's like maybe like socket sets, stuff like that. That you know, you don't want stuff that they have to have like a fine fit and finish on it. It's just like a wrench. Yeah, okay, I can. This is pretty easy. I'm trying to think of what kind of stuff over here I have from Harbor Freight.
Haven't you gotten casters from them before?
No.
Or no.
I just made that's a depot. Yeah, I wouldn't buy much from Harbor Freight. Nitro gloves you can get there for cheap.
I remember when you used to get pumped up way back in the day to go to Harbor Freight.
Oh yeah, no, and don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I've bought a lot of stuff from Harbor Freight.
But that was like when we first
got
to Harbor Freight.
Yeah,
too.
I've always avoided
Oh, yeah.
anything with a motor. I avoid, and what I'm trying to think of what would I buy. Clamps are okay. Some clamps are okay there. Except like F-style clamps are okay. But yeah, I wouldn't ever try to buy anything that's fine there. But and then like if you get stuff that I'm trying to think of like really specialty stuff that you're not going to use a lot. Like I bought a what did I get? It was like a stethoscope. You know, like the doctor you put on the heart for a patient, and they say breathe in and they're listening. It's one of those, except for your car. And it's got like a thing so you can like put it on different things and hear like where the...
Well, that's smart.
It is kind of smart.
Like
but
a
I
car
got
doctor.
that. Like a car doctor. And so it's like something like that where I'm like, you know, I could buy a professional one for like $50 or like get that one for
$4.99.
22 exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff I buy from Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really get too much other stuff from them.
Gotcha.
Crafts by Cunningham. We're gonna be in the Panhandle in Florida.
Yeah.
So
drivable. Which,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, unrelated, but well, not really unrelated. I keep seeing I'm in Facebook groups for like travel and stuff, and I just dream about us traveling more, and it gives me ideas. But people on there are losing their minds because so many people's flights are getting canceled still.
Oh gosh.
It's a staffing issue, I guess, mostly, and then it depends on where you're flying into. People that are going into the Caribbean, like the weather's been dicey, and then whatever. But bottom line is, I was reading all these comments, and I was just like, and everyone's sharing horror stories about trips being delayed by days and stuff. I was thinking, I am so glad we are driving. The only places that we're going, we were driving, and that's going to be that way if we can, unless we can't.
I'm not
avoid
flying
it,
anywhere for
right.
a long time. Not for COVID,
not
but
for pleasure.
Because like,
yeah.
Just everything going down, like the shortages and
it's just
horrible.
Stressful, you know. Yeah.
It's gotten really bad.
And there's plenty of places around here that we can drive and go do stuff, and it's fine. So hopefully, if you're flying soon, you're in good shape.
Yeah. Let's see here, Alan. Did I see that Norm is retiring? I did have that. I did see that. I need to post something, actually. I should post.
I didn't
because
know he wasn't already retired.
No, he's been like on the show, different shows
like...
and stuff. Oh, like the picture of him was like, he looked like he lost a lot of weight. Like, I hope he's okay. I mean, I have no idea. Like, I just saw. There's like the picture that they posted. He just looked like he lost some weight, and I was like, yeah, he looked very different. He looked old.
I mean, we look older than we did 20
so,
years
right,
ago,
exactly.
too,
I mean, like, I like I said, I hope he's okay.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that's part of it, but it's like
he's been.
He always just look. Yeah, it's always he just always like looks like Norm.
And then
I saw him and I was like, ooh, yeah, he's looking a little like I can tell, and I haven't seen him and stuff in quite a while. But like, yeah, when I think of him, like, it's even that picture. I don't know how many years ago that picture was, but I got an autographed picture from him up in the.
That's right, we do.
In the shop, he wrote a little note to me. I didn't get to meet him.
No.
Kevin O'Connor.
Maybe one day.
Who's an acquaintance of mine, got it for me, so that was awesome. But I was hoping to meet him one day, and I can't meet him once he's retired.
We would fly to Boston for that.
We'll fly.
Just on the record, we will deal with cancellations and delays. Like we'll be there. He'll be there at least.
Do, and if he's just going to go into a shop, or if he's just like, yeah, I've done enough woodworking.
I don't know. Someone's got to interview him and be like, all right, what now? Like what's on your agenda? He seems like the kind of person that would keep doing stuff.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't think like as a master carpenter for 40 years that you can then just be like,
he probably has grandkids and stuff that are like, all right, now.
It's more than that. It's been more than 40.
We have
40
a list
on TV.
of things that we want you to build for us.
He's been on TV for 40 years.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and he was like building way before that.
Yeah.
He's inspired so many people into woodworking. It's awesome.
Including you.
Yeah, it is.
Saturday mornings, that's what we used to do. We used to watch This Old House and New Yankee Workshop.
Yep.
And
some of my favorites.
That's how when we were dating, we would watch that. And I was like, oh, like I had never seen them before because I didn't grow up in a house where we watched that. I mean, there's a whole bunch of women, and not that you can't be doing that, but we just weren't, and we were watching like cartoons or whatever. But
ice skating.
And ice skating. We watched ice skating and cheerleading competitions, but whatever.
Ice skating and gymnastics.
And gymnastics, yeah. Anyway, but that was the first time that when we watched that, and This Old House was the one where I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like I really
I used to love This Old House.
Watching
This Old House was my favorite.
That was cool too. Their personalities, but like just seeing them take these houses and transform them, and like seeing so much of the process, it was really cool. And that was before
they would do crazy things too.
Yeah, and that was like way back in the day too, because we're old. So yeah. Whatever.
It's 43 years just on This Old House. Yeah.
43 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
A full special in October that will probably answer all the questions. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay.
We're gonna have to tune in for that. Well, we have Roku now, so it's on the Roku channel.
We need to be watching this like with the kids and stuff.
I know we do.
Add that to the list.
Yes. All right. Well, we are, and we've got a lot more people here now. We are. They said love the Hogwarts shirt.
Thank you.
Beaglewood.
That's right. I'm Gryffindor. Just saying.
That's right. That's right.
I might be Hufflepuff, honestly.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably really a Hufflepuff.
I'm Gryffindor. She's Hufflepuff.
Yeah. I'm just really nice.
So we were right about the halfway mark, and I was waiting for Susan. So we do want to, we have a little announcement for the channel, and not for the larger, but just for the live. But basically, we need a break. So we will not be doing a live next week, or any week thereafter. We are going to be on a undisclosed, extended amount of time of a break.
Yeah.
Honestly, like coming into summer, like I said, things just get crazy, and there's so much stuff going on in the week, and it does become a little bit easier because there's not school, but then everything else is a little bit crazier because the kids are here.
Yeah.
And this has been, the kids have been like writing us for a long time about like, you love the live people more than, and so because it's right at bedtime.
I'm late every week because I
and
get
you guys know,
guilt
yeah.
trips
So you
upstairs.
guys have seen it, and so
or there's tears, like I don't want you to leave, and it's so
that's right.
hard.
So we need a break. We need a break to figure out what we're going to do.
Right.
We've thrown around a few different things of what we might do. The one I'm leaning towards right now, honestly, is having a quarterly live on the main channel.
Uh-oh. It went dark.
Wow, that's...
They can still see us, but the light just turned off.
They're
All right,
like,
go ahead. At least
nope.
It wasn't the camera or something. What a cliffhanger.
A quarterly live... Let's see. Oops, wrong way.
Oh, jeez.
All right, there we go. All right, a quarterly live on the main channel. And...
there you go, baby.
Yeah, that's like
Still
some
light.
Mood lighting. Yeah. So that's kind of the current thought is have a quarterly live on the main channel.
Yeah.
And have it be like a recap of the last 3 months of what we've been doing and doing announcements and like giveaways and making it more of like an event versus the time commitment because like I said, it's gotten harder and harder as it's gone as the kids gotten older, and so we just need a break. But we have had so much fun hanging out with you guys on here, and we love the community that we have here. So we are going to miss it. It's not you, it's me.
It's definitely us. It's our kids. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes. Well, it's definitely not that we don't like hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
We love it. It's just...
We do.
It's just, there's a price to pay, and we're ready to not pay that price anymore.
Yeah. We're just ready to find a way to make that work for us, like with better balance, Yeah.
So we'll see. And who knows? Like we might be gone for a month and be like, we got to go back. And it might be at a different time because we also discussed like doing it during the week.
Right.
But
we've talked about a lot of different things.
Not committing to anything. Don't want to like be like, hey.
That's like our MO. We're like, we're not gonna tell you when the video.
Yeah, I don't want to be like,
and
then let you guys down.
Right. No.
So, for all intents and purposes, this would be an extended holiday.
Right.
For the foreseeable future.
Right. We don't have definite plans.
Yes.
But we are talking about things and thinking, and that's kind of exciting. The idea of the quarterly sounds really cool to me, because it would be more planned out probably, and just a whole different situation. Yeah.
Yes. So everybody's like, well, what the heck? Just turn out the lights. Show's over. Everybody's like, well, what are we gonna do on Sundays? I know. It's gonna feel weird. We should have like we'll syndicate it. We'll have like back episodes.
Jeez.
So and with I guess football's not coming up immediately, but I'm gonna have to compete with football anymore.
Right.
Yeah, and Sundays are like
hard sometimes.
Sundays
like
are hard
Memorial Day weekend
because of holidays.
People are
so
traveling.
many holidays fall on Sundays that
right.
If we do reboot it, it would probably be on a different day.
Right, like that's.
Although we did pull it up, like going from 9 to 8:30 actually helped for a while, and that helped extend it.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, it's just honestly, I think for me, I mean, I don't know about for you, but for me, it's the kids because every Sunday night. Usually two of them. Our oldest is like, peace. Like he's up there reading in his bed right now. Like he's fine.
It's horrible.
But he's 13. But our other two are like,
what?
like Yeah, I told him he could read until 9.
Turn the light on him. I snatched his book.
He was like, "Woo, thanks, Mom. You got to do this sometime." So he'll be like, "Wow, thanks."
Yeah.
It's the little things, you know.
Yeah.
But the other two are like, they just get so emotional at night, and it's the ages and the fears and everything, and it's really hard.
But it's and Scott said Instagram. Actually, if I get a hankering, I might pop in on Instagram every once in a while, because that's a lot easier too. If it was just me, just holding it, jump on for 10 or 15 minutes. So just a little history lesson about where this all came from. So I started I've done a live every week for the past 5 or 6 years. It's like we started on Periscope. It may be like 6 or 7.
Periscope.
It's probably actually 6 or 7 years.
Wow.
And I started doing it on Periscope, and then if you have any idea what that is.
If you don't know Periscope, then.
And I think Twitter bought Periscope, and then like sunset it. And then because Instagram did their live, and then I did the live there for the longest time. And then we switched over here a little over 2 years ago.
For a while we were doing both.
For a while we were doing both.
And then we were like phasing out the Instagram because we had Yahoos hopping on there.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's very true. I remember that. That's why I stopped doing that, because that got really bad.
Spammers.
Yeah. And so it's been like 6 or 7 years. Every week, every Sunday for 6 or 7 years. And we've only missed maybe one or two.
Yeah, but even then, there was the time that your mom fell in the street.
Yep.
That was scary.
Yep.
He was like, "Get to the live, sorry." And she's fine, but it was scary. And then there have been just a few times, but not really a lot.
It's been a long time. Nobody was around in the Periscope days, were they? There's no way. I don't think any of these folks were here. But
Periscope.
Jason is pissed. I don't know what he said, but he retracted his message. He wrote it.
No.
And Rise Up Lights.
Jason.
We will always remember Rise Up Lights. Jason, that was the Australian Rise Up Lights.
Yeah, Rise Up Lights. Teresa said this has been my Sundays for at least 6 years, I think.
Teresa has been
there for a
very
long
time
Appreciate
attendee.
you.
Teresa, we have loved having you here. So anyway, hit us up.
Sorry, who said, bring your kids in? Y'all do not want that.
No.
You think you do, and it'd be cute for about 2 minutes.
That wouldn't be cute for anybody.
And then they would just
except for them.
They would think it was amazing.
Cunningham came from Instagram. I love it. Yeah, so I know we had a lot of folks that came over from Instagram. So if you guys have any the hard-hitting questions, now it might be your last chance for a while.
Throw them out there.
So
don't hold
if
back.
y'all want to, we won't jump off here super fast, but hit us up. If there's been something you've been meaning to ask and you wanted to ask, then hit us up. But,
unburden yourselves.
we got nothing to hide.
Right.
We're hiding everything. No, so everything we're hiding is right there. That's my big mistake. I was working on the CNC.
Are you doing?
I was talking about the stuff that I all messed up. Those are the sides that are.
Turned. That's the thing for your dad.
And then that's the stuff for my dad. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I've been cutting MDF on the CNC for my dad. It's not gone well. 3/4 inch MDF is super heavy. And I do not like it. We should end with another poll, like when we did the favorite cereal. I love that. We should
haven't done a poll in a long time.
We should do. We should do the categories.
Oh gosh.
We could.
No. Yes. Have I ever won one of those? I don't think I have.
Yes,
I might have. I feel like normally I'd be really good at those, but I get nervous.
I would love to come up to Vancouver, Scott.
Ooh,
I've never
my
been
mom's going. Is that his going? My mom's going. Yeah, they're going to be on Vancouver Island.
Her mom and stepdad go. They're like cruise hounds.
But they're not doing it. They're taking the
cruises.
train this time from LA all the way up to Seattle. He's really into trains. Y'all don't need to know all this, and then they're going to go all the way to Seattle, and then they're going over to Vancouver Island like next week. I'm like, I want to stow away. What? It sounds amazing.
Ooh, I was thinking Susan has gotten into it very recently.
What?
We've gotten into a couple things. One, this Arrow Garden.
Oh gosh,
these things are crazy. If y'all if you use a lot of herbs, you want fresh herbs, and you want them like easy peasy lemon squeezy.
If you just want to stare at plants and like blow them kisses
Arrow
every day.
I want to say,
this is it.
How much was it? $60? It was either like $60 or $70. It's the six.
So. It might have been more than
it's
that.
Honestly. No. It was not. No, it's the six. Okay. The 6-pod one. It's called the Arrow Garden, like AERO garden.
Right.
It's a hydroponic garden.
Right.
And it comes with like little starter things. And we had like dill, mint, 2 kinds of basil, parsley,
thyme.
and thyme.
Yeah.
And those are the 6.
And mint.
And they went out.
Big.
Yes, they did.
They were like that. Oh, maybe they were.
They were that big because that's how high you rose the thing
They started like, you have to raise the light up as they grow. And we had it up to the top, as high as it could go. And then last night I was
just like a
clipping
huge
them.
bush.
The top ones were getting singed because they were like up
They're like
on
up.
the
It is
lights.
insane.
Like, it's insane.
I mean,
I gave some basil to my next door neighbor. I'm like, we do not need this much basil right now.
2 thumbs up for the Aero Garden.
It's
Those
amazing.
things grow like crazy.
I want to grow flowers in it. You can grow flowers
We can grow whatever
in
we
it.
want.
You can grow anything. Like, it's so cool. But what was the point? Why were you telling me?
Sorry, that's one. And then the other thing was
the things that I've
Susan
been
has
into?
started making her own cherry limeade. So we're big Sonic fans.
I was going to bring some out, but then I was running late.
We're big Sonic fans, and so why don't you give them the recipe for the cherry
gosh,
limeade?
it's the
I was thinking, so
best.
maybe like what is your favorite like mixed drink, like not alcoholic, but like a
summer drink.
a fun. Give them the recipe.
Right. So this is
it's
my
so easy.
This is my attempt to be caffeine free. So I do Sprite Zero, but you could do regular Sprite if you didn't want to do that. But I just like put ice in a cup, Sprite Zero, pretty much all the way to the top, and then I get a bag of limes at Costco.
The little
for
guys.
Like the little limes, yeah. And then I slice one in half and I squeeze half of a lime in there. You could do 2 limes. 2 limes was too much lime for me.
Whoa, you mean a whole lime?
No, yeah. Well, I'm sorry, that's what I mean. You could do 2 halves.
2 halves.
Yeah, 2 limes would be a lot. You'd be like that. But anyway, do not use that as a thumbnail.
No,
anyway,
we have to prep. Look.
Anyway, and then I take the stir.
Give them all like a wave. That'll be the thumbnail right there.
Let's do it again.
So
do one more time, because
Okay.
that was like a weird smell. Anyway,
go ahead.
and then I
I'll use
have
that for the
cherry
thumbnail.
flavoring. It's called Stir. It's made with stevia, and I just squirt some of that in there, and you mix it up, and it's so good. The kids are all into it. You're pretty
Stir,
into it.
S-T-U-R.
Yeah.
Is the
Or you could just do any little
so
water
good.
flavoring that's cherry would work.
It's fantastic.
It's really good. It's better than the one at Sonic, I thought.
Yeah,
Personally.
so that's what we've been into lately. So tell us what your
what are you into?
concoctions are. If you guys make your own little special
Yeah, I
drinks
want to
at home.
know.
All right, let's see here. We have some questions coming in. Yellow Hammer says, "How do you get YouTube algorithm to work in your favor?" Aha.
That's a big question.
Yeah, that is a big question.
it.
Yellow Hammer, the answer is easy. Honestly, it says easy, does hard, and it's to make content that people want to watch.
Right.
There's no, and that's honestly what it is. So it's 2 things. So first and foremost, the most important things to get people to watch. You could have the best content ever made, but if your thumbnail is a black screen and your title is watch, that actually might work pretty well.
Or if you use neon green wording on your really bad thumbnail.
You could have the best content ever.
Bad.
If your thumbnail and title don't pull clicks, then you won't get views.
Right.
So make content that people want to watch.
And what about the thing that
and
you
then
do?
thumbnails, enticing thumbnails and titles that are representative of the content.
Right, it has to like really, you don't want to be catfishing anybody.
You don't want to be clickbait, all that good stuff.
Right.
But
what's the thing that you do where you like put in, how would you describe that? Where you're like, you'll put in an idea, you'll
Headline
type
analyzer.
in something, and then it'll say, this is searchable or not searchable or
don't
whatever.
worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Just make good stuff.
You don't make stuff that's searchable. Make stuff that's watchable.
Oh yeah, like
Right,
that people are
so
interested in.
It's a little bit different than like a blog. But 2 people I'll tell you to go watch are Video Creators by Tim Schmoyer, and then Daryl Eves.
Yeah.
Those are go check those guys out. They have all the latest and greatest on, how to tell compelling stories and how to do the content. But that's what it's all about. I mean, it like I said, it says easy, does hard. Make compelling content, and that is the trick. There's no trick. You can't trick the algorithm. The algorithm serves up content that resonates with people.
Yep.
That's it.
We watched this guy power washing. What was that, honey? It was like a walkway.
Oh yeah.
Guys, never in
I'm
my
sure y'all have seen
wildest mind or my wildest dreams would I imagine that I would be completely sucked in to watching this man power washing a walkway that was
It's like
covered
power
in
washing
grime.
like super old
It
concrete.
was amazing. I was like, this is such a
And he goes
cool,
to people's houses
he
and
just
does it for
free.
Right, so that's like
and
a compelling
makes
story, right?
videos out
And
of
it's like-
it,
and
and
he
you
gets
just
millions of views,
You just
and
want to
it's-
see it. Yeah,
crazy.
it's amazing. So you can make a video about almost anything as long as people want to watch it.
Teresa says, tell them to go to Butchert Gardens and take an orca whale excursion. Your mom and
Oh, I will. What is it called?
Butchert It's like
Okay.
Butch Art Gardens.
I'll text her.
And take an
Not right
orca
now.
whale excursion.
Butchert.
There you go. An Arnold Palmer. My mom
Oh,
is
yeah,
a
what was
big
that?
Arnold Palmer. It's half tea and half lemonade. Those are good. What kind of editing program do I use? Caleb, I use Premiere Pro, Adobe. And the program I use is called Chris Kennedy,
Our editor.
our editor.
He's great.
So we have a full-time editor now, and Chris edits all the videos, but he uses Premiere. I still do some editing. I'll do some like touch-ups and stuff, and I'll do some socials from time to time, but Chris takes 95+% of the editing at this point.
But he did it back in
Which
the beginning
is
for a long
fantastic.
time.
Oh, I edited for
He
years
did
and years
it
and years.
all,
Yeah.
but it's when you can get to the point where you can hire someone who's like, like this is what they do. It's really great.
Yes, Sir Cunningham saying they should have been involved in the breakup. Like
What?
he's saying like they should have been involved. They should have had a say in us, ending.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
No, it's
Scott says, I use neon green wording. Crying face.
Scott, I'm sure it works for you. I'm
Yes.
talking about like I don't know. I probably shouldn't go any further.
Benji,
I've just
I
seen
do know
some
Lynn.
where I'm like, ooh.
I do know Lynn down at Woodcraft. He's a good guy. If you're going to work on anything, work on your thumbnails.
Yeah.
Because, and that'll tell you, like, if you get the clicks, and then, so just the metrics that I look at the most are click-through rate, and click-through ratio or rate, and that's, out of 100, how many people click, so it's a percentage.
I'm sorry.
That's good. And then the next thing is retention, and retention rate as well as time, which means like how long do people watch a video.
Right.
So if you can get, and it gives you this whole chart, like it's like a hockey stick because people drop off heavy at the
Some people
beginning.
like accidentally click on and
Right,
then bounce,
autoplay,
or they're like, oh no, this isn't what I wanted.
If you can end a video, or let's call it a 12-minute video. If you can end a 12-minute video with more than 50% of the people who started watching still watching,
that's a winner.
That's a winner. You're
Yeah.
doing really well. So that just like a really broad brushed goal.
Right.
50% retention at the end.
Yeah.
And then it's weird how it plays out because sometimes that'll only be like 55%, which is weird to me. I don't know how they do that math. But if you can end it at 50%, but that doesn't mean it's like 75%. Again, the math is kind of weird because it is, it's not linear. The drop off, it's like, a lot of times it goes in the first 30 seconds goes down to like 70%. But if then you can keep those people and it just kind of like gradually falls off, then yeah, I guess that's why it works because there's in the first 30 seconds, you go from 100 to 70 or 65.
So sad.
It is so sad.
What I was going to say is when we do a project, what we try to do, it does not always work out this way, but we always try to like, first of all, have a plan for what the hook is going to be on the video or on the build, and then sort of have an idea of what the thumbnail is going to be before we start so that we know we're getting a picture or multiple pictures, multiple angles. Like if you think you've taken enough pictures, take some more.
Yeah, you
don't know.
But
and then,
where that's important is because if you think about, well, what's the thumbnail going to be? And if it's something that's going to happen in the middle of video,
right,
you need to make sure you're capturing that moment because
right.
you might at the end you might go and be like, ooh, that would have been really cool to have a great shot, from down
like
low of when I'm pouring
or whatever,
the epoxy.
Right.
But the only shot you have is like a super wide shot that's head on.
Right.
Right.
So you kind of
so think about
the thumbnail, and then the
think about
story
that
that you're
in
telling.
advance.
Like there have been a lot of videos where we don't show the whole finished product. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we don't show the finished build because you kind of want the people to be like, ooh, it's enticing, and like, what's it going to look like at the end? And so it'll be like a really tight shot, but just so that your title and your thumbnail are both hooky, like like you're going to want to watch it, hooky, and then and that you're getting the footage that you need along the way. But I will say, I said that sometimes that works for us. Like we always do, we always try that. Sometimes the story changes as you're going in the in the process. Like things go horribly wrong, or we decide to do a different hook, and so we have to be kind of flexible. But it's a good idea to you begin with the end in mind, right? Yeah. And that takes a lot of practice.
Animation says clickable quote unquote titles really put him off. because he likes to know what it's about. And that's, and you know, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. But it's, and
not like
it's,
clickbaity ones.
Right. And we still do. Like, so I always try to, I don't do titles that are like,
you won't believe what he did with glue.
Like everything was going great until this happened.
Right.
Like,
we'll
I
write them sometimes and then we're like, no.
Right. So I always try to like have at least the subject matter in there,
Right.
especially if I don't show the, you know, if it's something weird. But like we still skew more towards like SEO driven.
Yeah.
And I'll almost always have the subject matter in there.
Right.
Versus like a funny thing. And like, you know, it's like the glue up one. I think it was like, I made a huge mistake, and it was like, and then it showed, but then it said like, is glue really this strong?
Right. So
it was
that's
like,
what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like the combo of two of them. So you know, it's hard.
Well, and then I'm thinking of the
Katie
hidden.
just got here.
Oh, hey, Katie.
Katie, has anybody given Katie the news?
Yeah, I think she just said what? Yeah. So what I was
breaking up with us.
what I was gonna say was the video that we did on the hidden drawer. That thumbnail was one where, you know, like you could see part of it, but you couldn't see what happened. Am I right?
Sorry,
on that?
I was just giving Katie, since Katie joined late.
Yes.
We were giving Katie her due props.
Thank you for the beer.
Leak. Beer. Did I just say beer of the leak? I was looking at lager.
I don't know.
Beer of the week. Katie, thank you so much.
Thank you, Katie.
For that. And that. Oh, and she. Yeah.
Katie, you're so nice. Right.
I didn't know how you did that. I thought I turned monetization off because I didn't want to feel like we shortchanged anybody. But Katie,
thank you
so much for that, and all your anybody who's given us any. And please do not. Like,
no, yeah, this is not like
a ploy
cue the
for
money.
doing this.
No.
In all sincerity, thank you. I'm glad that came up. But anybody who's given any super chat or donations, been a Builders Club member, bought plans. Again, we're not going anywhere. Like this is, we're just not doing the live anymore. We're absolutely still here. But obviously this crowd are some of our most loyal supporters.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate all that. Whether, and even if you've not bought any plans or done any of that, they're just hanging out and being supportive here in the community.
The fact that you like listening to us
is awesome.
Like we appreciate that.
And watching videos helps
right.
more than you imagine.
Yeah.
So anyway. Let's see. So Teresa says it's pronounced Bouchard. So I figured.
Bouchard. Okay.
Bouchard.
I will tell her. She's a researcher. She may have already found it out, but maybe not.
Yeah.
And I can have info.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So if your retention is 20 to 30%, Yellowhammer, you know, just quite frankly, you need to do some work on your content. So I would work on your content first, get that retention rate up. And the nice thing about the retention charts is you can see where they're falling off. So figure out, like, are you talking too long at the beginning?
Yeah.
Are the videos too long in general?
Yep.
You know, how...
I'm just like, yep. I'm just, because we've had these conversations about our own videos.
But how's your production quality? Not in the sense of, like, you don't have to be Spielberg or anything.
Right.
But, like, how is your lighting? How is the audio? In that, is it good, presentable?
Right.
So it's that kind of stuff. Like, don't feel like I've got to go get the highest 8K camera with an $800 microphone. Like, you don't need any of that. I know tons of Jason Hibbs from Bourbon Moth. I think still to this day shoots on his iPhone.
Is he really?
Yeah, and
that's so on brand for him. You know.
It is.
Yeah.
And edits on his iPhone. So he
makes good videos.
You don't need fancy stuff.
They're
it just
clickable.
needs to be.
Yeah. I would go
well lit, or you can be cinematic and have it kind of moody lit or whatever.
Moody lit.
But that it just looks and sounds good.
Yeah.
That's the first thing to start off with, and then start looking at it. Like I said, is where are people dropping off?
Mm-hmm.
Do people are you talking too long? Are you showing? Are you not talking at all? Or whatever. Like you'll be able to see the drop offs in there. So
right, and then and you'll be able to see when they go back, like when it ticks
you'll see a
up.
spike.
Like, well, what did you do then? Can you do more of that? Or could you do some more stuff on high speed if people are dropping off? But we've done all of this. I mean, it's like a, it feels like a guessing game for a while. It is, but you have to just kind of feel it out. And then I would also, and you've probably done this, but go and watch people whose videos that you like in woodworking or whatever it is that you do, and just sort of see what they're doing. Not to copy them, but how quickly are they getting into the action and things like that, Yeah,
so. And on videos that are doing well.
Right.
And and thank you, Yellowhammer. So that
Thank you.
It says you've answered that better than anybody else. Here's $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
We're ending strong.
Animation's canceling his YouTube membership in protest.
I know, it's so bittersweet. Like, it really, really is.
Yes, it is.
Makes me sad.
This here, Scott says more than 50% of his content is filmed on a Samsung Galaxy S20. That's what I have in my hand right here. It is a Galaxy
Talking to
S20.
an Android guy right here.
I actually don't like it, quite honestly. I think the video
I thought
quality
you were
is
gonna be
crap.
like, it's amazing.
I think it's okay, but it washes everything out. I don't know if you have that problem, Scott, but I still shoot video on it. And
Yeah.
we
We usually
works.
use
It's
my
way
phone,
better.
don't we?
The iPhone is much better.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. The iPhone is.
But I don't even have like the newest one or anything like that. But
So Katie says, wait. So no lives ever, or just for a while? Katie, that's a great question.
it's a very good question, Katie.
That's we don't know. We just know that we need a break, and we're gonna reevaluate and then look. What we talked about earlier was potentially doing a quarterly live on the main channel. That's more of like an event, more of like a recap, some giveaways and stuff like that. As far as like a weekly live, probably not.
At least for a little while.
For a while.
Yeah.
Let me just rephrase it again. I don't want to lead anybody on.
Okay.
We have no foreseeable plans of going back to it.
No.
For sure not on a Sunday night.
Right.
So if it did come back, it would come back in some other form, in some other segment. I've thought about doing, because there's other things also I want to do, and when I think about like where I can put my time, I've actually been considering like other channels.
What do you
So like I've told you this, doing other channels.
mean? Tell me again. You tell me all kinds of things.
I don't want to like give it away.
Oh, doing
Other
channels.
interests.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's,
He has talked about that.
I have. Like, I think it would be fun to start a new channel.
Yeah.
That would be,
That's something like he's really,
it
really
would still
into
be
also.
maker-oriented.
I feel like we're really stringing people along right
No,
now.
I just don't want to, again, I don't want to like
Right.
commit to anything I mean, I'm not committing to it, but that's all I'll say is just I've been considering like, that'd be kind of fun to do a different channel. But, then again, I'm like, oh my gosh, it'd be so much effort. Is it worth it? But it would probably more just be like a creative outlet versus like a business type thing. It'd be just to be like me, be like, hey, cool, I got this cool thing, and see where it goes. Because they're also not niches where, that people in those niches don't have a lot of viewers. It wouldn't be like I wouldn't be going to get like 1 million subs on the channel.
No, and what I will say about
something that would happen.
is like, because you do a great job at all of this. Obviously, like it's gone very well. You're welcome.
Appreciate that.
Thank you. You do a great job.
Whoa.
Thanks.
You also do a great job
Take
of-
your microphone with you. No, but like every so often, Brad.
I gotta say, I'm gonna cut you off. I'm
ahead.
impressed by your answers here. You were just like ripping into like
Thank
the
you.
thumbnail answers.
Coming in strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I pay attention.
You've learned something the last.
I've learned something. You
years.
better stop. I'll be like the next time he's like, hey, come look at this thumbnail. I'll be like, I'm sorry, I only learned one thing.
Yeah.
I'm done already. No, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I was going to
sorry.
say, no,
Just
as I
cut
was complimenting you, like you do a really good job with the whole woodworking DIY channel. And then Brad will get to a point where like I feel like you need to like dabble in other areas because you still love all this, but it's almost like overload sometimes, so to be able to have other creative outlets that are completely
and it's just
not
like
completely
learning new stuff
unrelated.
too.
Well, yeah, he's always like, as long as I've known you, you're just like learning things. He's like doing Duolingo for how many years now?
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
Like at least 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yo estudio español para 2 años.
that's right. See.
And that's all I can say.
So anyway, that makes sense.
All right, what else we have here?
Yeah.
Is Scott Hook introduce the problem, work the solution, demonstrate the solution as summary. That is a good. That would be a good setup.
Yeah.
That would be a good setup. Let's see here. Recording video is the one thing that iPhones do better than Android. That is very true.
Yeah, I like my iPhone. But
Yellowhammer iPhone 13 Pro is great. You don't need anything more than that. Katie flips table.
I'm sorry, Katie.
Brian Farth coming in hot. He says 3D printing channel.
I'm glad, Katie. I'm glad you made it tonight, though. It would have felt weird if you weren't like on here. So you're the news.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Katie. She says she understands.
Yeah. We're just. I mean, I feel like most of it is. I don't know. That's not true. For me, a lot of it's the kids because I go through this emotional
And Katie,
thing
we're
with them
very
every
glad
time.
you were able to make it. I was like, we cannot have the last thing and Katie not be here.
I know.
So I'm glad that you showed up.
Yep.
Tyrone's going to the monastery. He's taking a vow of silence until we come back.
You guys are so dramatic.
Jason, how good do the three-phase to single-phase converters work? Worth it for a home shop? So I assume you're talking about a VFD, is it a V? I think it's called a VFD. I don't even know what that stands for.
Three-phase to single?
Variable.
What are we talking about?
Something. Three-phase power to single-phase power. So there's some machines that are three-phase machines, and you can get a variable phase converter. Why are they called VFCs? But the phase is not with a F, it's with a P. Anyway, I don't know. I've never used one, but I know that a lot of people have used them. So I'm sure if you Google search or whatever, you'll find a lot better information than what I can tell you. All I know is that I've seen a lot of people use it, and I've never heard any. The biggest downside that I've heard on a variable phase converter is I think there's a spool up. There's a spool up process that takes a minute. So it's not like you don't flick the switch and then it turns on. So you have to kind of get used to that. That's the only downside. And I could not do that. I could be like, could you imagine if your table saw?
Is this a table saw? Oh,
well, it's anything that there's three-phase power is you have 3 poles.
Yeah, you would have a hard time with that. So it doesn't sound like a long time, 1 minute.
I think would be
this guy right here.
At this point, it'd be 360 volts. So we have 120, and then there's 240, which we also have, and then 3-phase is adding a third one, which would make it 360 volts. And so that's commercial, industrial.
Wow.
Yeah, that's not, you don't find that in residential homes at all.
Interesting.
But then it's converting to make one of those machines that's set up to work on that, to work on either 220 or, I'm assuming it's 220, not 110, but maybe it works at 110 as well. Caleb, I have never worked with olive wood. They might have some at Woodcraft though.
Olive wood?
Olive wood. I think it's good for turning.
Trees? Is that what we're talking about?
Mm-hmm. And rough lumber.
I just picture olive trees being that big around. They're probably not.
They're very spindly, I believe.
Or
rough lumber, I get it from different places, but I've gotten a lot of it from Woodcraft down in Franklin, and also Mims Lumber in Nashville, and a lot of off Craigslist. So if you go on Craigslist and just search lumber, then you can find people. There's a lot of people who have sawmills around and you're local. So I would look on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. Yep. Doing is too stressful. Yeah, I know it is stressful sometimes. But I do it every night. I've been doing it every night for a long time.
I'm impressed because I started doing Candy Crush last year, maybe, and then it reached the level where I couldn't beat it anymore, and I was just I'm done. Where you were still rocking it.
Oh, I cried, and then I went cold turkey on Candy Crush. I still had a bazillion whatever.
Oh yeah,
things.
They want you to come back.
Yeah, I was on level 1,000 or something.
Because didn't we hear it was Tetris?
It never
stops.
Tetris
before you get if you can't fall asleep, it'll help you fall asleep.
But then they said also
got me into Candy Crush.
But it was also Candy Crush. It's the visual.
It was anxiety for me though.
Right. I think Tetris would be better.
Right.
I almost want to get an old Game Boy just to play.
Yes. It got too hard.
Because there's no good Tetris games on your phone they want to.
They always want to make it harder.
Yeah, they want.
Well, then you have your 13-year-old roll in, and he's like, "Oh, let me see this, Mom," and then he gets all the sugar stars. It's very annoying. Yes. So I stopped.
Katie, we talked about the lumber. 2x4s are down to $625 from $7. So, what are we at for? 600 for 1,000 board feet. Wow, we were just at 1,000. That is a nosedive. That's crazy. They have a lot of olive wood stuff in Target and Home Goods. Huh. I bet it's probably really fast growing if it's that. I mean, I don't know. I would assume though.
Target bowls or what?
Yeah, that's what I've seen a lot of bowls or spoons, spatulas, stuff like that out of olive wood.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
They can't sell it to the 3-phase. Yeah, dude, for $600, Jason, and a variable phase converter is going to run you. But the other thing you could do, potentially, you could rewire it and put a different motor in it. I mean, for $600, depending upon how good of condition it is, it might be worth it to rewire it and get a 3 horsepower motor. I don't know how much a 3 horsepower motor is. It's probably $600 on its own. But I would maybe do that math and just see if it might be worth it to rewire it. All you'd have to do is, I have no idea actually, but I'm just thinking because if it's an old unisaw, it's not going to have any other electronics. It's going to have the starter, all that stuff will be tied in, and you could just strip that out and strip out the power. because it's just running the belt. I mean, yeah, you could totally and you could maybe sell the 5 horsepower motor. You could for sure scrap it. I mean, you wouldn't scrap it obviously, but if you wanted to like get the copper weight out of it, that I would look into that. See how much you could sell a 5 horsepower 3-phase motor for, if anything, and how much of the other one, and see what the differential is for the cost of a 220, 240, 3 horsepower motor, and see if that makes sense, or a 5 horsepower 240 volt, because that's what I have, and it's amazing. Let's see here. Do people still play Wordle? I never got into that.
Your mom was saying that she plays it every day. I've never done
Good
a
for
Wordle.
her. Oh my gosh, aren't they on like a text string? If I ever get roped into that, I'm just gonna delete my phone number.
No, I only get them sometimes. I think there's a different one. No, I don't think I'm in the Wordle group text.
Gosh,
I think I'm in a different one.
Please don't put me in that one.
Well, and they're all into Wordle, so I'm sure they're all about it.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. Good for your brain.
It's great for your brain.
Great for your brain.
I don't really understand how it works, but you all do not need to tell me. Here's the thing. This tells you a little bit about me. Because everybody else is doing it, I'm like, no, I don't want to do it.
You're out. You're like, I don't want to do it.
How bad is that? It's so contrary. I'm like,
right.
No.
So we were talking about games. We're talking about video games. I think that would be an unfair advantage.
For certain.
So I think we'll go board games.
Okay. That's even fitting.
How do we even do this? I don't remember.
I'm
we're going to do little categories. It's been a while. Figured this would be a good, or we could have that as the thumbnail. We're just.
Is that what we did?
It's like that. It's like Monopoly. Bump, bump.
Sorry.
Are we playing? Well, hold on. Yeah. All right. Okay. Are we ready?
I don't know.
All right. We'll do those.
Like, do you feel anxious?
I do. Yeah.
Okay,
all right. Let's
good.
go. All right. Here we go. Category is board games.
Are you going first?
Yeah. Monopoly.
Sorry.
Risk.
Candyland. Yes.
I was gonna say Boggle, and I was want to say Bojangles.
I won.
How many did I get? Like I basically got one. All right.
This is like.
I gave it
is this
to
what
you.
it feels like every time?
I gave it to you.
You gave it
No,
to
I
me.
didn't.
You better
I didn't.
stop.
I was serious. I was thinking Boggle, and all I could think of was Bojangles.
I'll take it. We have
Why did I win
we have
Risk? I couldn't
way
even-
too many board games in our house. We could have gone. This could have
I
been
mean,
like
we
for
could have gone
an
inside.
hour.
We have probably 50 board games.
Be like King's Gold.
We don't even have Boggle is the best part of it. I don't know
even
why my
think I
mind
ever
went to
had-
Boggle.
Maybe I had Boggle.
That's not really a board game either.
Is that the thing
It's
with
a cute,
the?
yeah.
We
I was
had that
that's
when
why I was
kid.
thinking Wordle. I think Wordle, Boggle.
Sorry.
Oh, is that where Wordle comes from? Boggle, Wordle.
I don't know. I mean, it's Wordle.
I'm
so I'm
sorry I let
interested.
you guys down. Now I know that was underwhelming.
No, they're excited. They're so happy that Susan won.
Katie, the Builders Club will still be around. We'll still have
Yes.
credits at the end of the video. Still have the plans for the plan tier. Just obviously, so I'll have to change that to say, shout out in the live, but we may keep that so that just as we do the quarterly one, again, that would be a great opportunity to thank those people there. It just won't be in the weekly. And then the previews of the videos and all that good stuff. So yes, Builder Club will still be around.
Yep.
I just got crushed.
That's right.
I got crushed.
That Boggle.
Oh well. All right.
Bojangles.
All right, guys. Bojangles. Go eat you some Bojangles this week.
Oh my gosh.
Bojangles is not too bad.
I don't even know if I've ever had that.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We will miss you. We'll be thinking about you guys next Sunday. Again, I will probably be popping on Instagram lives more often now.
Yeah.
I'm not done one of those in quite some time.
Maybe I'll steal your phone and do one time.
Maybe she
That
will
would be
not.
fun.
We'll do one from
I'll
the
be
bed.
like, I
We'll
don't
be like,
know.
Hey, we're about to go to bed. It's 9:30 on a Sunday. We're going to bed. What's up?
Oh goodness.
But thank you guys so much. We've so enjoyed this.
We have.
We'll see you guys in other areas for sure,
Yes.
whether it's Instagram or in the YouTube comments or in potential future
Perhaps.
lives, Instagram or quarterly on the main channel, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys can always reach out, via email. Susan has the emails, so Susan's great on the emails.
Or
And
if you're in Builders
I
Club,
try to be
if you're in Builders Club,
Patreon. Do it through Patreon.
you can
You're
message
gonna
us on
get
that.
you're going to get a faster response on Patreon. So Builders Club members do have, they are at the top of the list as far as
it's
responses
just like less things coming in there versus the email.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yep. Not that we have a list. We're just, we're going to all the different places, but we always answer those first.
I'm just saying.
So,
yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Have a great week and enjoy your summer.
Yes.
And get out there and build something awesome.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye. Sorry, that said see you next week. We're not going to be here next week, so even though it says see you
Are we
next
still
week.
on right now?
We are.
Oh,
Sorry.
hi.
Bye.